Hey fight fans, let's break down a middleweight bout goes down on the UFC 318. Brendan Allen vs Marvin Vettori. Will Allen's submission skills be enough to overcome Vettori's relentless pace and durability? Brendan Allen holds the record 24-7. Style submission heavy grappler with improving striking. Known for his slick back takes, rare naked chokes, and a recent streak of finishes in the UFC middleweight division. He will face Marvin Vettori. He has 19 wins, 8 losses. Durable pressure fighter with solid wrestling and cardio. Known for his granite chin, relentless pace, and 5-round wars with the likes of Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa. Let's find out who holds the edge on different aspects, using 10-point mass system. Striking. Neither fighter is an elite striker. Vettori relies on volume and pressure, while Allen is more opportunistic, using striking to set up his grappling. 9-9 draw. Wrestling. Vettori uses his wrestling more effectively at the UFC level, especially defensively. Allen can wrestle too, but often depends on scrambles and transitions to get the fight to the ground. 10-9 Vettori. Jiu-Jitsu. Allen is a more dangerous submission artist, with multiple rare naked chokes, victories and fluid transitions. Vettori is hard to submit, but rarely threatens on the ground. 10-9 Allen. Stamina. Vettori is known for his endless cardio, even in 5-round fights. Allen has slowed down in later rounds, especially when forced into prolonged grappling exchanges. 10-9 Vettori. Chin. Vettori has one of the best chins in the division and has never been knocked out. Allen has been rocked and finished before, though he's tightened up defensively in recent fights. 10-9 Vettori. KO power. Allen has more TKO finishes and better shot placement when opponents are hard. Vettori wears opponents down but rarely scores clean knockouts. 10-9 Allen. Height and reach. Allen has height and reach advantage. 10-9 Allen. Experience. Vettori has faced elite level competition, including 2 former champions, and gone 5 rounds multiple times. Allen is still building his resume and hasn't faced the same caliber of opponents. 10-9 Vettori. Final score 76 Vettori 75 Allen. Final thoughts. It's a close fight on paper, but Vettori's durability, pace and high-level experience give him a slight edge. Allen is a more dangerous finisher, especially on the ground, but Marvin's consistency makes him the safer pick in a 3-round battle. Now let's break down the possible outcomes from least to most likely. Vettori wins by submission. 2%. Vettori has solid grappling fundamentals but rarely goes for submissions. Allen is slick on the ground and hard to control, making this outcome unlikely. Allen wins by KO or TKO. 3%. Allen has some TKO finishes, but Vettori's chin is elite. He's never been knocked out. A stoppage here would be a big surprise. Vettori wins by KO or TKO. 10%. Marvin can wear opponents down, but he lacks true knockout power. He's never finished a ranked UFC opponent, which keeps this result low. Allen wins by submission. 10%. Allen's best weapon is rear naked choke, and he can snatch it in a scramble or transition. Vettori's sub-defense is strong, but this remains a real threat early in the fight. And 2 most possible outcomes in my opinion, Allen wins by decision, 35%. If Allen mixes in takedowns, controls positions and avoids getting outpaced, he can edge a close decision. He has the skills to win rounds through grappling and mat control. And my prediction, Vettori wins by decision, 40%. This is the most likely outcome. Vettori's durability, volume and 5-round experience give him the tools to outlast Allen over 3 rounds. If he stays on his feet and pressures, he can control the tempo and win on the cards. Final note, both fighters are coming off losses, and this is a tightly matched bout. Allen is more dangerous when it comes to finishes, but veterans' experience, pressure and unbreakable chin give him the edge in a drawn-out fight. With neither man being a consistent finisher at the top level, and Vettori never having been stopped, a decision is highly likely, with Marvin slightly more favored to win on the scorecards. Alright, we've analyzed the skills, we've mapped out the likely outcomes. Now it's time to dive deeper. What does each man actually need to do to win this fight? Let's break down the game plans, step by step, for both Marvin Vettori and Brendan Allen. This is a classic clash of grit versus momentum, experience versus form. Let's start with Brendan Allen, how he can win. First, mix looks early, keep Vettori guessing. Allen shouldn't come out headhunting or diving for legs. He needs to switch stances, feint level changes and keep Marvin reacting. The more unpredictable he is, the more openings he'll create. Second, create scrambles, not just takedowns. Straight double legs might not work on Vettori, but chain wrestling, trips from the clinch and chaotic scrambles can open the door to Allen's best positions, especially back control. Third, get to the back, that's the money zone. Allen's most dangerous weapon is his rare naked choke. If he can take Marvin's back, even just in scramble, he can threaten submissions and control minutes on the clock. 4. Work the body, drain the gas tank. Front kicks, knees in the clinch, even punches to the midsection, all will add up. Vettori is durable but hittable. Allen needs to chip away early so Marvin can push hard in rounds 3 and beyond. Don't brawl, flow. Allen's biggest advantage is fluidity. If he gets dragged into a phone booth war, that favors Vettori. But if Allen keeps the fight dynamic and transitions smoothly between phases, he can outpoint and even finish Marvin late. Allen wins if he mixes his game, gets to dominant grappling positions and avoids a stationary war on the feet. Now let's break down how Marvin Vettori can win. First, establish the jab early and often. Vettori's stiff jab is one of his best weapons. If he can dispute Allen's entries and keep him from setting the pace, if Marvin starting jabbing in the first 30 seconds and doesn't let up, Allen will be forced to hesitate. Second, control the center and dictate tempo. Vettori doesn't need to chase Allen, he needs to hold his ground and force Allen to work around him by walking forward and denying space. Marvin can control how and when the fight unfolds. Third, stop the takedowns, win clinch battles. Allen will likely shoot or initiate clinches to drag Marvin into grappling. Vettori must use his excellent takedown defense and strength and tight to neutralize that and make Allen pay with elbows and knees. 4. Make it a war of attrition. The deeper the fight goes, the better for Vettori. If he keeps his work rate high and stays defensively sound, Allen may start slowing down under pressure. Vettori thrives in deep waters. 5. Stay disciplined, don't overextend. Allen is slick with back tags and submissions, especially off scrambles. Vettori must avoid wild exchanges or chasing finishes on the ground. Keep it smart, keep it tight. Vettori wins if he stops the takedowns, break Allen's rhythm with volume and pressure and turns this into gritty, grinding decision. Final note, this is not just about skill, it's about who controls the flow. If Vettori walks Allen down and turns it into a grind, he likely wins. If Allen creates movement, chaos and moments of dominance on the ground, he takes it. Who do you think takes the win? Drop your pick on the comments and don't forget to subscribe.